I know you're all going to have a lot of questions. First one's probably being, why am I sat on a chair when the background has obviously chairs in it? This is superimposed onto the front of it. I'm actually sort of like in a Billericay studio, which we're working on, and I'm hungover, so I can't really stand up for too long. And about transfer deadline day, I know I promised the fans a massive extravaganza with lots and lots of players coming in and going, but funnily enough, we're not made of a lot of money. No one wants to sign the players that I do have because, funnily enough, they're underperforming or just not very good. And therefore, it's hard for me to get players in. So, for me, on behalf of the club, on behalf of myself, I am sorry. Okay? I'm sorry for the results recently as well. Just everything's a failure. Hello everyone, welcome back to week 2 of non-league to Champions League here with Billericay Town. Thank you so much for all the support I had last week's episodes. They were really, just went down a treat. Everyone seems to be really enjoying them, seems to be enjoying the skits. I hope you enjoyed the one earlier today. I enjoyed the skit, but not where it came from. But just because I didn't have a very busy deadline day does not necessarily mean that it wasn't a busy window. Let me explain. So there's been a little bit of a change in terms of the team. 3 players have gone out. Bailey Vose has gone to Wimbledon for 3k. Curtis Cumberbatch, who's been complaining non-stop about not getting a game time, and I feel bad for letting him go, he's gone on a free to Kings Lynn. Norman Weibo has gone on a free to Bath, and he was obviously one of our backup strikers. Strikers do seem to be the problem because I've not scored a lot of goals, but I have made some signings to try and resolve that issue. 3 out, 3 in, and we'll start with Louis Walsh. No, not the old X Factor judge, although that would be amazing. You look like a pop star. You sound like a pop star. You are a pop star. Shut up, Simon. I've never really been a big fan of Westlife, if I'm honest. He's a right winger. Looks like he'd be pretty good. He's on loan from Southend. He's doing okay. Joe Byrne, on the other hand, has made a little bit more of an impact. He's made 6 appearances so far, 3 starts, 3 off the bench, scored 2 goals and got 1 assist. He's a decent forward, but a lot of the players at this level seem to be pressing forwards or defensive forwards, and it just doesn't work for me. But he's got decent acceleration, decent pace, decent natural fitness, good determination, good flair, good work rate. Technicals are pretty solid as well, and he has made a bit of a good impact. The loss of Enoch Asante for a few weeks / a month really did affect us, and we'll get onto the form in a minute because it's a bad conversation to have. But probably the best signing that I made in the midst of all this was Yusuf Mersin, and Yusuf Mersin is a goalkeeper who has come in to replace Atuti. Atuti started off very well and then became awful, so I've went off and I've brought in a kind of proper class goalkeeper, and funnily enough, since he's come in, he has made 1 gaff. But things have gotten better. I had to do all of this at the start of the window, basically, because the form was so bad that I basically have left myself with no wage budget to use, and that's why deadline day was such a fluff. Otherwise, we would have gone through it together. We'll probably do one in the summer, at the end of that window, etc., etc. This is all part and parcel of the non-league thing. I'm sure deadline day will become more of a feature as we go through the save. I've gone a little bit further than that. We're now into March, and the reason for that is I believe that the season is kind of petering away into a bit of nothingness. So since the last time that we met, we obviously beat Chelmsford. We've only won 3 games since then, so we've won 3 games in about 2 months, okay? Lost to Concord, lost to Ebbsfleet. The Concord one was gutting because we played really, really well. They got 2 really lucky goals. The last goal came in the 93rd minute. It was a 35-yard pile driver. And that sort of set the tone for the next couple of months or so. We lost to Ebbsfleet, Concord again, Maidstone beat us 1-0. We then went and beat top of the table Oxford City at their gaff, and you thought, oh, here we go. I went to a bit more of a counter-attacking 4-4-2. This is where we start, this is where we go. Then we lost to Havant and Waterlooville. 2 back-to-back draws against Slough and Dorking. Then lost to Hemel Hempstead. But finally, a little change of formation has made us a lot more attacking, and more importantly, we're playing teams that aren't quite as good as we are. All these teams here are quite high up in the league and doing quite well. These two are not, and we beat Dulwich Hamlet 4-1 and beat Tonbridge 4-0. So suddenly, I'm feeling a lot more positive. Today we have games against Welling and potentially against Hungerford, depending on how boring the Welling game is. And you know me on camera, it's got 0-0 written all over it. But the formation has changed now to a 4-4-2 attacking. This is a formation I've used a lot in non-league. I didn't want to use it too much this year because I didn't know if it would work, but I've brought it in. And suddenly we seem to be playing a lot better. We're scoring a lot of goals. You could tell from the fixtures before that goals were the problem. I just wasn't getting enough goals on the back of the net. We create a lot of chances, don't hit enough on target. And in this division, you need to hit as many as you can on target because the goalkeepers are not great. So you have to make the most of that. And we haven't been. So Yusuf Mersin is in goal. Then you've got Boo, Chambers, Ekpateta and Wilson in the middle. Ekpateta has now moved into central defence. Sam Allardyce is taking a break, considering he's got a really good overall rating of 6.98 for the season. But his recent form, he's not played above a 6.6 in the last month and a half. So I've given him a rest. And Ekpateta's come in with Chambers. They seem to get on very, very well. Chambers, by the way, is unbelievable at this level. Boo had a little bit of a dip in form, on his way back up now. Jai Reason is playing as the ball-winning midfielder as he gets on his return to form. Dean Parrott has moved into the Mazzala role in the middle of the park, so actually we're basically playing 5 and 5. There's almost no midfield. We're going back to front really quickly, not trying to move it through the gears, not trying to play it short. We're just being good. I love it. You're just being good, as opposed to just being terrible. Mike's advice to be really great at Football Manager. Just be good. That's what makes me so successful. Then you got Cavalli on the right, Sayer is on the left, Ashanti is in the is up front along with Jay Bird. You can tell now he's playing as a target forward as Ashanti, fresh off the back of a hat-trick as well, I might add. And Jay Bird is up front with him playing as the advanced forward. Shola's come on and he's scored a couple of goals as well, so I'd like to think that we've got good strikers. I just don't think they can play well on their own. Welling are currently up in third, so this is going to be a really big test of our skills at the moment. We're currently sat in 12th, which is not awful, but it's not brilliant. It's around about where you would probably expect us to finish. What I would say, though, is actually we're not that far away from being in the top half, which is where the board want me to finish. I'm literally 5 points off of doing that. Actually, if we finish ahead of Concord, then we are in the top half, considering there's 21 teams. So all is not terrible. It just feels a little bit like it at the moment, and it's been a very dark couple of months. But the best thing about it now is we are beginning, hopefully, to... I mean, that's a brilliant finish there by Hussein Bill. Does it feel a bit quick to you? I think it does. I'm going to slow it down so I can watch the pain in slow motion. Brown, I mean, it's not brilliant there from Sayer. It's equally awful from the goalkeeper. I think you've really got to be saving that. That's their fullback doing that. If I saw my fullback that high up the pitch, I'd have a heart attack. Well, I mean, Welling have won 3 out of their last 5, and they're kind of showing us why at the moment. We really have not got going in this game, so Biller whips into Carr. Carr makes it 2. He looked offside, but obviously not. This is... We're just playing teams at the wrong time. A lot of the... Like when I played Concord, they literally just won 4 on the bounce. We're hitting teams at just the wrong point in time. I'm all out of luck. However... Ekpateta. Why is he stepping out? What's he doing? He's just missed the ball completely. And how is his rating still not... This is awful. Good tackle by Reason there. I mean, we've come back before from deficits, but this would be an incredible effort. Cavalli on the ball. That's a good ball there. Go on, Bird. Jay Bird, great take. Bends it. Oh, it's gone in. Brilliant effort there by Jay Bird. I thought it hit the post and gone out, or that it was going to bounce back out the goal, and then the goalie was going to pick it up. It's a great finish. That's better. We've given ourselves a moment, a little glimmer of hope. Go on, make this 3-2, and suddenly it's a different ball game. Parrott whips it in. Ekpateta, he makes up for the real gaffe. It's 3-2. I said this could be a 0-0. I've never been more wrong. 5 goals in the first half, and suddenly we're on the way back. Brilliant ball in by Parrott. Come on, boys, this is good. Much more like it. There's a bit of fight. So I expect to see a much better performance in that second half. Jai Reason's not quite playing at the level I know that he can right now. Jay Bird's done well. I'm going to take off Jai Reason. I'm going to bring on Charlie Lee because he was motivated on the bench. So it looks like he's up for the game, which basically means someone's going to walk away in a cast, probably by the end of this, knowing Charlie. Why in the world would I ask the boys to try and work the ball into the box? We can barely pass 4 yards. What a ball! Bird! Marcin with a brilliant ball. Jay Bird! It's 3! We were 3-0 down. It's 3-all. And I'm like a really excited kid at Christmas. I can't believe it. What a ball by Yusuf Mersin. What a ball. Their goal, he can get an assist. So can mine. Great play by Bird. Dinks it. Oh, he doesn't actually. Bends that. Hits it. Lovely. Into the far corner. Get in. Suddenly, the game has completely changed. We've got all the momentum here. Wilson down the line to Ashanti. Go on, love. Lad. Whatever you want to call it. Wilson. Carvalho. Great ball. Asante. Pick your man out. Finds Bird. Back post. Good play. Sayer. Plays it back to Bood. He whips it in. Ashanti! No! He scored! It's 4-3! It's 4-3! It's pandemonium! It's carnage! It's Billericay football, the home of football. Love it. You can keep your long ball nonsense. Bood with a brilliant ball, and he just dinks over the goal. He flings an arm at it. He can't be bothered. He knows it's in. We've scored 4 goals with an XG of 0.96. I love it. What a useless stat it really is. Suddenly the highlights are dried up. Please. 3 minutes of added on time. Just make it through. I don't change anything. Don't you dare. Not a 4-4. They don't deserve it. Well, they do, really. If you look at it, it's been very, very even. Allen on the ball. Whips it in. Front post. Chambers clears it brilliantly. Get back, Jay Bird. What are you playing at, mate? Parrish to Durojayi, whatever his name is. Barnes. Round the corner. Allen. It's a goal. I can see the man in the middle already. 4-4. You will do well to top this game throughout the entire series. You're going to do well. Brilliant ball around the corner by Barnes into Allen. He whips it in. I knew it. Hines had got 3. I knew he had. 4-4. I'm very proud of you, though, boys. For being 3-0 down. That's incredible. What a turnaround. Rosie Collett. Football is not entertainment. Football is a sport. Lots of negativity there. Do they not remember we were 3-0 down within 30 minutes? Oh my god, it's Peter Taylor. I remember Peter Taylor. God, he's managing in this division. How the mighty have fallen, Pete. And you know what the thing is, actually? Is as much as I would love to do the game against Hungerford, I don't know if I've got it in me after that. I mean, nothing can match up to that game. I'm going to stick with the 4-4. The 4-4 was an incredible game of football. You just have to accept that that was a brilliant game. And to be 3-0 down, I will take it. I'll take that every day of the week. So what we're going to do then is we'll come back we'll have 2 more episodes this season. So let's have the game at home to Chippenham and away at Hampton and Richmond, because Chippenham are around about us. Yeah, look, they're literally just below us, but we do have a game in hand on them. We are only 1 point behind Concord, which will take us into the top half if we win that game. Brilliant. It's also our game in hand. So hopefully we'll do really well there and get another one up. I'm absolutely delighted, though. What a turnaround that was. I'm a little bit gutted that we didn't win, but a fair result in the end. I think a fair result. So, what a performance, honestly. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, you know what to do. Drop a like on the video. Share, subscribe, come back for all those great things and more Billericay. I hope that you're enjoying it. What an episode. Honestly, absolutely amazing. Take care of yourselves, everyone. All the best. Until I see you again. Stay cool. Don't tell you, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to say it again. Please like, share, and subscribe. Stay cool. Yeah, not messy at all. Bit like our defence. It's great.